all we've been hearing in the media is Trump insurrection, how he needs to be convicted, how he needs to be impeached. And this is the image that they're plastering over the news and over the internet. You know, they said Trump should be held accountable for this. They are arresting so-called protesters that invaded the Capitol. What I find interesting is they're now stepping up, talking about how bad this was and how they have to do something about it, and how they have the National Guards now flooding Washington, D.C. But they seem to forget about this past summer when they allowed this to happen. They allowed this to take place this past summer when Antifa and Black Lives Matter decided to burn down businesses. They actually burned down a police station and got away with it. They didn't talk about someone needing to be held responsible for that. As a matter of fact, I've heard people say that the businesses that were destroyed and burned down, their response was they have insurance. There are news commentators said they have insurance. And they even agreed that this should happen. I understand is what they said. I understand why this should happen. This is good, right? This is what America looked like the summer of 2020. But it was okay. It was okay to destroy private businesses, small businesses, even businesses in the hood, black businesses. But yet they yell Black Lives Matter. Antifa tagged the walls with Antifa. But this past summer they tagged the walls with Black Lives Matter. And now I find it interesting because they're now throwing Black Lives Matter under the bus. Now, there's videos out there where a lot of the Trump supporters at the Capitol were saying, that's Antifa. That's Antifa. They were yelling, that's Antifa, as Antifa broke into the Capitol, as they smashed windows, and as the certain guards allowed them to come in. Somebody's yelling, that's Antifa, but yet in the news yesterday, I could have sworn I heard the news say that Antifa was not there. They're now defending Antifa. They're defunding, better yet, the Democrats are funding terrorists. I had spoke in past articles when Joe Biden was running for president, and I was saying how the Democrats and Antifa are one. I even put a website out there where you can check out www.antifa.com. It goes straight to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' website. If you think I'm lying, check it out for yourself. www.antifa.com. So it's natural that the Democrats will defend Antifa because Antifa is a part of the Democrat Party. Antifa helped Joe Biden to get elected. Joe Biden didn't have to do nothing. He hid in the basement. And Antifa and Black Lives Matter put the fear in the hearts of many Americans. And many Americans were saying that we want the violence to stop. They had even threatened that if Trump get reelected, violence was going to break out. So it's okay for what happened the summer of 2020. That's okay because they have insurance, is what you said. But now that it's at your front door, that's a problem. That's a problem, and Trump have to be impeached. As a matter of fact, they want to destroy him to the point where he can't run no more, because Trump is a threat to them. Actually, Trump is pretty powerful. All Trump have to do is indirectly talk to his supporters and let them know, sick 'em boy, just like the Democrats have attack dogs, black people, Trump also have attack dogs that, in my own personal opinion, are more vicious than the attack dogs of the Democrats. So now you find the Trump supporters, even those that broke into the Capitol, because I'm hearing different stories, Antifa, and now they saying the Boogaloo movement. That's what that news report said yesterday, that it was not Antifa, that it was Black Lives Matter. So now the same media that was pushing Black Lives Matter, that was saying that they support Black Lives Matter, that was saying that these businesses that Black Lives Matter was destroying and looting, them same businesses that they said have insurance, are now turning on Black Lives Matter and putting the blame on Black Lives Matter. And as a matter of fact, Black Lives Matter so-called leader, the same dude that stood up and was talking about a revolution. See, you guys got to be careful when you decide to take the front line, right? When you decide to take the front line and you want to stand on a podium with a bullhorn with your fist in the air saying, you know, death to America, and how revolution and how Trump needs to be dragged out of the White House, you got to be careful, because that's documentation. That's the paper trail. Better yet, a video trail. And so now they're going back into the past, and they're going to pull that back up. Now this so-called Black Lives Matter leader is saying, I was only there to take pictures. I was just there filming. That's all I was doing. Although he was inside. No, he might not have broken windows and doors, but he went inside. That's like somebody break inside Walmart and they start looting in Walmart, and then I go in there with my video camera and says, I'm just in here recording. Well, I'm trespassing. So when they come and start arresting, guess who's going too? Because I was found there. Just like a murder scene. There are times where someone was murdered and you happen to walk in and the knife is sitting there, or the gun, and for whatever reason you decide to pick up that murder weapon, and then the cops rush in. Who do you think they're going to charge for that? You. Because you're on the scene. So now this dude is trying to plead and say, I was just there filming. But they're going to go back to that video where you were standing on the podium with a bullhorn saying revolution, and you got your fist in the air, you're smiling because you never thought this day will come when they will arrest you. See, the Democrats at that time were backing you because they had an agenda that did not include you. And I mentioned this back there at that time when I was telling black folks, don't vote Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. The Democrats care nothing about you. And lo and behold, in that same media that was pushing Black Lives Matter, supporting Black Lives Matter, saying that Black Lives Matter, is now throwing Black Lives Matter under the bus. They're saying that Antifa was not at the Capitol. Why do you think they're doing that? Because Antifa is a part of the Democrat Party. Go to www.antifa.com and it takes you right to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' website. That's who's funding Antifa. That is funding Antifa. So of course they're going to protect Antifa. And they needed a scapegoat. black people. So now Black Lives Matter, according to media that I heard on TV yesterday, it was Black Lives Matter that was there, not Antifa. And then they mentioned the Boogaloo movement, which I've never heard of before. So is this somewhat of just the image they putting out there, scapegoat, Boogaloo movement? I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of the Boogaloo movement. Maybe some of y'all have, but I had never heard of the Boogaloo movement. I know when I was growing up, I heard about the Boogaloo crew, right? That's a New York thing, right? The Boogaloo crew. I haven't heard about no Boogaloo movement, right? So somebody help me to understand this, right? So it's insurrection when this happens. And the funny thing about that is that a lot of y'all don't see nothing wrong with what happened this past summer. You don't see what's wrong with that. You supported that. But yet everything is wrong with the so-called pro-Trump rally in DC, where it was infiltrated with Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and possibly other groups. So this is okay. They can burn down police stations. They can set police cars on fire. They can murder police officers, attack police officers. And the cops have to stand back with their hands tied and do nothing. But yet, the minute they went inside the Capitol, now you have these senators being interviewed and crying the victim, talking about how bad it was and how people were hiding under the desk. But why weren't you hiding under the desk when all this stuff was taking place in America? You vouched for this. You said that the businesses have insurance, so they have to just take the loss. But what if they don't have insurance? What if they didn't have insurance? So a lot of businesses are closed down because America was shut down. See, this is why politicians, the Democrats, and even the Republicans care nothing about the American people. They're laced in their own pockets. They're laced in their own pockets. Look at this. This brother is freely standing in the middle of the street, and I was trying to tell black people, don't forget where you are. You're supporting the Democrats. There's a reason why they are allowing you, or they allowed you to do this. Now, I wonder if this dude right here was arrested. Now, some people may say, like, well, he was defending. Well, the place don't need defending no more because it was burned down. See, the damage is already done, as you can see, right? But this was allowed to happen. The Democrats vouched for that. They said this should happen. They said the people should stand up and fight and protest and destroy stuff. They promoted it. But now Trump, they want him arrested for insurrection, and they are attacking everyone that's around him. From what I hear, they're trying to tie or hem up his son. And then Joe Biden had the nerve to come out and say that he would, what they call it, like when the president can sign to have them pardon, that he would pardon the president. Trump should not need pardoning because he did nothing wrong. So the Democrats are defending Antifa, but yet the Democrats are funding terrorists, and they threw Black Lives Matter under the bus. They're now saying it was Black Lives Matter that was on the Capitol, and they allegedly arrested the Black Lives Matter leader. It's interesting how that's working now, huh, black folk that voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So feedback, tell me what you think. Subscribe, click on the Cash App, and donate to the channel. Leave an offering. Until next time, I'm fearless.